I want a Coke.
Stop. Hi everybody, welcome to Be Learning, where being polite is made easy with Belinda. Today we're going to look at how to be polite in English. When you want to do something, when you want to ask for something, or you want somebody to do something for you in English, we need to be really polite. Asking the correct way is really important. Today we're going to learn how to ask and how to reply so we sound polite. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to explain something. So when we use the word want, we don't hear a request. Want for us is more like a demand. When you say this, we hear this. And nobody wants to sound like that. Okay, maybe it's a little bit strong, but when somebody says to us in English, I want a glass of water, it's not polite. It's a demand, not a request. Even though you think perhaps you're being polite, for us it sounds very direct. Okay, so rule number one, we don't use want unless you're being very direct. I would like a glass of water. I would like you to help me. I would like if you could tell me the time. Okay, so how else can we ask questions? I would like is very polite. Now let's have a look at some other forms. May I have a glass of water is also very polite. So I would like or may I have are two very polite ways of asking for something in English. Now let's have a look at a few more options. Could I have a glass of water? Can I have a glass of water? Now the difference between could and can is a little different. Could is a little more polite than can. Okay, so now we've asked for a few things in English. Okay, so when we're making offers in English, we use pretty much the same form. Can I help you? Could I open the door for you? Would you like if I carried your bag for you? Okay, so there are ways we can make some offers. But how about if people ask us and we have to reply? Okay, let's have a look at this. Now let's think you're lost in the street and someone asks you, can I help you? Then let's have a look at some replies. Yes please, I'd like to know where the train station is. Now remember in English, when we use contractions, us native speakers use contractions most of the time. I would like to know where the train station is. Often we just say, I'd like to know where the train station is. When we don't use contractions, it's for two reasons. One, it's when we write, usually in letters, and it's more formal. The second reason is when we really want to emphasize something. You're late. You are late. Okay, so now that we understand the contraction side of things, so from now on we're just going to use the contractions because we want to sound more like native speakers. Alright, can I help you carry your bags? Yes, I'd like that, thank you very much. Now remember in English, we're very polite, so often, or almost always, we finish sentences with please, or we begin a sentence with please. Please, could you open the door for me? Could you open the door for me, please? We can never be too polite in English. Okay, let's have a look at some other examples. Would you like another coffee? I'd love another coffee, thank you. Often we say love in English a lot, and it's not really to be really in love, but it means that you want something a lot. I'd love another cup of coffee, thank you. I'll call the doctor for you if you like. I'd really like that, thank you. Would you like me to show you the way to the supermarket? Thanks, that'd be great. Okay, so now we're looking at a few ways to being very polite in English. So we've looked at some polite requests, offers and replies. Now there are a few other things that we can do to sound polite in English. Now what are those? For example, perhaps someone is talking to you and you didn't quite understand what they said. So what do you say? What? Well, not really. For me, a lot of my students in class will often say what. And for me, when I hear this little 4-letter word, to me it's not polite. I like being polite in English. Okay, so if we can't say what, if what sounds a bit strong, what else do we say? Okay, well you have some options. We have sorry, could you repeat that please? Pardon, I didn't quite hear you. Excuse me, could you repeat that please? I didn't quite hear it. Okay, so we have sorry, excuse me, and pardon, or pardon me. Okay, so there are some good ways to respond if you need someone to repeat something. Alright, what other things do we do in English to be polite? What about if you want to get the attention of someone? What do we say? Okay, in this moment it's best if we say, excuse me. You try to get the attention, perhaps you can wave your arm, but clicking fingers in English? Not polite. Okay, so this is a really short but important lesson on being polite in English. Good luck with being polite in English. Until next time, be learning English.